Talofa, and warm greetings from Samoa. My name is Amila Silipa. I'm the Principal Archives Officer for the Ministry of Education, Sports and Culture. And also I'm the Papika President at the moment.
Thank you, Amela, for the opportunity this morning. I'd like to talk to you about the Papika Records Keeping for Good Governance Toolkit and how it has caught the attention of other branches of ICA. Can you give us an overview on why Papika decided to develop the toolkit in the first place?
Thank you for the opportunity to elaborate on that. I think the main reason why Papika decided to develop this toolkit was to help the records managers around the Pacific so that they'll be able to come up with a tool that each country in the Pacific will be able to use, and also to manage their records, and also to be able to implement good records keeping for good governance. And I think it was also an opportunity for us to help other organizations, not only around the region, but also around the ICA organization. And the example of this one was that the toolkit was, we were able to use the toolkits for training that was held in Ghana. That was, I think was towards sometimes at the beginning of this year or last year, that there was a specific training that was held in Ghana for all the English-speaking countries around theirs. And it was, for us, I think we are very proud to say that Papika was able to provide other regional branches and organizations with a tool for them to use, and they are able to draw out what's useful for them in implementing good governance and good record keeping in their own country.
Okay, thank you very much, Amela Slipa, for the opportunity this morning, and best of luck to you in the good work that Papika has taken on in the Pacific Regional Branch of the International Council on Archives. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much for being here. I'm immensely excited by the potential.
In terms of access to archives and providing the means for other people to reuse them, understanding the rights issues and the licenses that are available for arts organisations is a massive opportunity.
Finding consistent ways to describe what it is that you have and what you've made so that it can be discovered by others, and by others not just now but in the future.
And it is about building sustainable digital assets, about how you do this properly, and it's based on real research with cultural organisations and goes into an enormous amount of depth.
Some of the challenges that people face in this particular space are not just technological, they're also a mindset.
Keep that creative questioning at the heart of your mind.
When we are involved in creating or managing content, we would like that to be as open as possible. Everyone has a stake in making sure that they are involved in the heritage of this country and are able to get the most out of it, really.
It made me think about the future, and you know, like they said, when a lot of this work that we were involved in happened, you know, in the 90s and 80s, we definitely weren't thinking about the internet because it didn't really exist. So I'd like to think more about how we build that into, you know, how we work with the artists in future.
The web, it's great at linking things together, but it's not yet great at making real, meaningful connections between all of the things. That's left up to the humans to do.
I think it's about learning how to archive in a meaningful way and also to set up good practice for the future.
How do you future-proof your material? So what kind of formats and resolutions so that we're not suddenly thinking the picture's too small?
We have to find a way of letting go our branding and our ownership, and that involves a level of trust of the audience.
There are ways in which one can think about revenue streams through the archive, but very often it's not something from an arts organisation point of view that's foremost in your mind, but I think it's something to think about at the beginning at least.
I think organisations do need to look at their overall budgets and over a period of time decide a proportion of that budget, probably a higher proportion, needs to go into investment in digital possibilities.
How will it be made available? Will there be a charge to the users primarily to access this material?
There's a sort of an essential conundrum at the heart of this about rewarding and payment for the content creators and how they monetize the stuff that they've got within the concept of a digital public space.
I think there's a very strong business case that actually that can act as a marketing mechanism and can propel the value-added services that you have.
What are the issues, particularly the moral rights issues?
You can customise them and adapt them and make them your own.